Alright, let's see if this is working. Is it working? Hello? I think it takes a little bit for the notifications to get sent out, but today I'm going to be teaching about how to get a mentor. Alright, it's been about a minute now. They say you should wait about 2 or 3 minutes before you start explaining the content so that everyone can get here. It's been about a minute and 20 seconds, and there are a whole bunch of comments. I guess people are getting here now. Alright guys, in this video I'm going to teach you how to get a mentor and what type of mentors are the best mentors. And then at the end we're going to do a little bit of Q&A. So why don't you type in a 1 if I'm too quiet, type in a 2 if you can hear me just perfect, and type in a 3 if I'm a little bit too loud. Oh man. My voice is amazing. Thank you. A lot of people think I use like a modification device or something like that. There's a whole bunch of 2s. There's a couple 1s. There we go. Alright, so let's get into the content. So, how to get a mentor. What is a mentor? Mentorship is a relationship in which a more experienced person or a more knowledgeable person helps guide a less experienced person or a less knowledgeable person, specifically in their field, and usually helps them try to get a goal. If you guys could hear that fine, click the like button below. We got about 300 people watching. Hopefully you guys can get some immense value out of this. It sounds really weird. I don't have any background music on, so I'm just listening to my voice. It's weird. Best YouTube channel? 400 people watching. Let's get on to more content. So, the number one thing you need to know about mentorship is that you do not need permission. So a lot of people are really confused about how to get a mentor. I get a ton of emails like every month about people asking to be mentored by me. And I know if I get a whole bunch, then people like Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, Evan Carmichael, other big business people are getting loads of requests to be a mentor. And here's the big deal. You do not need permission to get a mentor. Go out and consume everything that they create. Go buy all of their books. Go buy all of their courses. And actually, you don't even have to pay if you don't want to. Just look up their stuff on YouTube. Read blog posts about them. Everything that you can find, consume it. If they have taken the time out to make a course or write a book or create something, they did it so that you could learn. I got a whole bunch of emails on dating advice, and I looked at all my top videos, and they were all about dating. So what I did was I made a whole course on premium content just teaching you how to get, find, and keep girls. And you're going to get much more out of taking that course than you are if you just ask me a simple question. The difference is you're searching for my content versus asking me to give you content. And most of the time, the mentors that you love have already put out a lot of content. You just have to look for it. The difference is you putting in the work versus them putting in the work. Louder, please. Can you guys hear me? Oh, there we go. 400 people. Snapchat. Should I start a practical psychology Snapchat? I don't know really what I would put on it other than like my personal life. Would you guys even be interested in that? Will this video be available later? Yes. There's a specific place you have to go to get it though. So, there are 3 ways to learn. 3 major ways to learn. There's a lot of ways to learn, but the 3 best ways to learn are from someone, from something that someone else created, and from your own mistakes. So you need to know that I have read over 400 books last year, and it changed my life, it changed my income, it changed my relationships. just reading these books were life-changing. Books for me are the best form of mentors. Now this is specifically for me. I haven't really had the opportunity to be around old and wise mentors, but I can definitely read their books based on money, books on relationships, books on sales funnel, books on health. They say that if you read 4 books on any topic, you're going to be in the top 90% of the population that knows information about that topic. So imagine how much more reputable you would seem if you read just 1 book a month in your industry. They say an average CEO reads over 52 books a year, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. But if it is true, it's because there's always something new to learn. There's always changes happening, and they have to stay on the top of their industry. So why do you need a mentor? So how did you learn to walk? When you were a baby, you probably watched other adult, professional walking humans walk. No, really, that's how you learned. We can copy this strategy and use it to learn almost anything else. If you want to learn how to ride a unicycle, shout out to Brandon. If you want to learn how to animate, shout out to Yusef. If you want to learn how to create an awesome sales funnel, shout out to Clark. You learn from the experts. My favorite way to learn is from other people, and that includes books. This is why mentorship is so important. If you're a fan of evolution, you know that a species that learns from its own mistakes never lives as long as a species that can learn from the mistakes of others. And you can do the same by learning from other people's mistakes. Give me a 2 if you guys can hear me perfectly. If you guys understand the stuff that I'm talking about right now. If you like the content, give me a 2. I like this message a minute. It shot up to like 300. That's crazy. Oh my goodness. That's a lot of comments. All right, let's get on to the next topic. The difference between mentorship and hand-holding. So when I was creating my dating course, I had Alex, a guy who created Create and Go. He was mentoring me. He was not holding my hand though, but he was there to double check my work and answer any questions that I had, because he was kind of the guru about creating courses. So we sent emails back and forth, and when he would send one back, he'd basically send me a little video and answer my questions. And I got a lot out of just seeing his thought process and the course creation and how to get more sales. Just kind of picking his brain. Notice how he didn't do the work for me. He just showed me the work. And this is something else that's very important. Mentors are not there to hold your hand. They're there to guide you, help you along the way. The difference is doing the work for me versus showing me. A lot of people want the work to be done for them, but really a mentorship is when a mentor shows you the way, not gives you the way. Another little tip is that you can go to a mentor's mentor. So if you see a book cited by a whole bunch of books cited by one book, I would go out and read that book. The same with a person. If there's a whole bunch of people that are inspired by one person, go be mentored by that big person, not the little people. I wonder what the delay on this is, because you guys are still typing 2s. Must be like 30 seconds or something. It's crazy. We're at 8 minutes already. All right. Also, the difference between a mentor and a coach. Usually mentors are deeply invested and it's a personal relationship. And that's what makes it really valuable if it's an actual person and not a book. A coach is usually paid and they're not necessarily invested. They just want their money. They don't really care if you have success or not. A mentor wants to see you succeed. They're emotionally invested. And that's something that you should really go for because it's very valuable. Let's go on to a little bit more. So I want to tell you guys something about something that I've created this month. It's called Practical Growth Academy. And basically what it is it's a private membership group of individuals who want to learn practical ideas together and apply them for insane personal growth. So let me tell you a little bit about it. I'm pumped about it. So most people have a big problem. They cannot measure their personal growth. Imagine going to the gym every day for a whole year. January 1st, you can weigh yourself and your body weight and your fat percentage, and you can actually measure that stuff. And at the end of the year, December 31st, you can measure that stuff and see if you made improvements. You can actually measure how much your hard work paid off. When you look in the mirror, when you look at pictures, when you look at the math, you can measure that personal growth. But you can't necessarily do that with motivation or happiness levels or other things like that. Problem number 2 is that most people can't read that fast, or most people don't want to put in the time to read. Like I said earlier, did you know the average CEO reads more than a book a week? That's crazy. That makes them so smart in terms of how much knowledge they consume. Practical Growth Academy will help you dominate that in a way that I'll explain in a little bit. Problem number 3 is that most people aren't around a positive community that helps them grow. So for me, when I graduated high school, I was not around people who supported me. I wasn't around mentors, and actually my first week of college really sucked because I spent so much time doing homework that I couldn't even make friends. And you know, if you went to college, the first week is like when you double down on finding friends and meeting new people and first impressions and stuff like that. It's really important. So I'm sure if you can think back to the lowest point in your life, you were not around positive people, especially those that you needed to be around. It's a fact that you are who the most of the time that you spend your time around. You become the sum of the 5 people. So in Practical Growth Academy, every day you will get a journal outline. You can actually watch yourself grow in less than a week by comparing these outlines and how you fill them out. Measure growth in your personal life is difficult, but these worksheets make tracking your growth in a specific area easier than tracking your budget. Every day you'll also get access to Discord. Now I haven't set up Google Hangout or Skype groups yet, but I plan on doing that this week. The Discord group, there's actually like 30 people in it right now. It's actually really cool. They're kind of working together and working on their goals and stuff. It's really neat to see other people progress, and it's really encouraging. I love helping people like that. So in these groups, you can hang around an encouraging group of other people who are serious about growing themselves. Every week, you will get book PDFs and book MP3s. So you can listen to these valuable summaries that I will create in less than 10 minutes on the go. You can remember what you learned, and if you need to, you'll have a downloadable PDF checklist to help you memorize big ideas, and you can come back to them later. You'll also get an animated book summary. So, watching a highly engaging video summary of books written by experts, and you will be able to learn practical ideas in the fastest way possible, which will allow you to explode your outcome in 2018. Reading books and understanding the big ideas in books is the number one thing that helped me explode last year. So that's what I'm going to do this year, and I'm going to help you guys do it. In less than 10 minutes, you can download a book to your brain simply by watching these fun videos. I will pick out the big ideas and leave out the fluff, so you don't need to spend 8 hours reading a huge book. Also, every week, I'm going to do little live streams like this. Each week, I'll gather up questions that everyone in the growth group sends me, and I'll answer them on a live stream call so that you can have personalized advice. Because this is very valuable. Know that the early bird gets the worm and the second mouse gets the cheese. They're both cliches and they both mean 2 completely different things. But the value comes in knowing when to apply each one. So context matters, and when I answer your questions, I will take context into account. Also, you'll have instant access to all the previous live streams in case you missed any. You'll have access to this one too, because at the end of this live stream, I'm going to answer some questions. Can you guys type in a 5 if you're enjoying the content so far? I know it's basically a pitch, but I'm really excited about this, and I know you guys will get tons of value out of it. Oh yeah, each month I'm going to be creating a mini mastery course. Well, you guys start typing in a lot of comments. What is my 40 messages a minute? That's interesting. So back to the mini mastery course. We all know the 80-20 principle. And I am going to teach you 80% of a topic and 20% of the time it takes to learn. So you will get an advanced understanding of core ideas each month by watching short 4-video series on topics like productivity, money management, meditation, habits, and other practical life skills. These mini courses have been valued at $49 each because of the research that I'm putting into them and the time, and the way that you will be able to consume them makes them so valuable. But you're going to get them each month in this membership. Should I do more giveaways? I feel like I should. I did a huge giveaway a couple months ago, and that was a lot of work, especially shipping all the books and stuff. That's why I do Amazon gift cards. So each month, you'll receive 4 video book summaries with their PDFs and MP3s so that you can look at the information in a different way, or you could listen to it, depending on the way that you learn. You will get 4 actionable worksheets that you can apply to your own life. So you're going to learn how to take the information that we learn out of these book summaries and actually apply them to your life. You'll get 4 live stream question and answer calls, plus lifetime playbacks. You'll get 4 mini mastery course videos to use the 80-20 principle to learn foundational topics. And every day you'll get a daily journal template so that you can track your growth. I'm also working on some golden quote stuff, but I think I'm going to make that a little bit bigger than what it seems like. Plus, if you sign up today, I'm literally going to give you a $20 Amazon gift card. This is called an anti-procrastination bonus. If you do the math, to join this program, it's $17 a month. That means the first month, you are actually earning $3. I'm going to pay you $20 to join this program. And basically, Amazon gift cards are really easy to send, and if a lot of people sign up, it's going to be a lot easier on my part to send you that value than it would be to mail like I have learned in the past. I'm basically completely taking the risk out of it. You get all of the benefits of the first month for free, and technically not even for free. You're coming out $3 profit because it's $17 a month, and I'm going to send you a $20 Amazon gift card. So let's get into the questions. I've got the questions right here. So I didn't create a slide for this question, but basically, Alex, I hope I'm saying your name right. We kind of discussed it earlier, but I wasn't sure. So he asked, would you do YouTube action plans for channels? So as promised, I'm going to give you a few tips to improve your YouTube channel. First off, your channel art looks great. There's tons of smiles. You have your family on there, and your profile picture shows you and a fish, so you're doing good on that part. But maybe your channel name could be changed. How it says TV at the end, I would just drop that TV off. Just make it Alex Fishing. Now, let's go on to your videos. Your thumbnails are pretty good. Looks like there's a main thing in each one. The length of your videos is perfect. It looks like between 4 minutes to 12, 13. I think there's a 14-minute video in there somewhere. Not too short, not too long. That's perfect. Your titles can use some work, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But when you use words in your thumbnail, make sure to shrink your image down, and then see if you can still read it. Like, 1 second, let me get my mouse here. Like this word says disaster. It's kind of hard to see if you shrink it down. The same with this thumbnail. Make sure that you can see and read them when they're shrunken down, like on phones and stuff. Now let's check out your most popular videos. Okay, we have a couple viral videos here. That's great. It looks like the best one you used a common thumbnail tactic that I've been using for a while. It looks like you might need to work on your font strategy. Some of these words are really easy to read, but some of them are kind of, you might need a background or they call it a stroke around the word so that it pops more. Like this is really good. I would make the blue a little bit larger around that. Let's check out the metadata. All right. Man, you are killing this. This is a viral video you had. And notice how you used this keyword here, and this keyword here, and this keyword here in the tags, and the description and the title. That is great. That is exactly what you need to be doing. That's probably what helped this video become viral. YouTube loves that. Let's check out the most recent video that you've done. So I actually went through and watched this video, and the one suggestion that I would have is to change this "do yourself a favor." That is kind of clickbaity. What I would do is I would change that, and when I watched the video, it kind of explained how to spool a reel. And you have that here, spooling new reels. You have that in the first line of your description, and you have that in the first tag. You need to put that in the title too. Now this kind of describes the product and what you're going to do, but I would change this to how to spool a reel instead of do yourself a favor. What I found is that people like clickbaity thumbnails, but they don't necessarily like clickbaity titles. When you do a title, you want to make it search engine optimized so that people type in how to spool a reel, and then this video will come up. So let's move on to the next question. Pavel says, I want my family being more together and have better relationship between each other. When I come home from school or the gym, everyone does what they want. Unfortunately, this means TV series or PC games. So I kind of have the same situation in my family, and my advice would be to focus on one person each day and work on creating experiences with them. Build your relationship with them. Maybe you can play a board game with your little brother, play video games with your older brother, have a talk with your dad about money, maybe ask your mom about her childhood. Things that will deepen your relationship with them. Now, they're going to do what they want, but you can still share experiences with them. It's hard to make someone do something because they have no desire to do it, so you can work on your own relationship with them, not their relationship with each other, because it's easier to control that. You can control your relationship with them. I hope you found value out of that answer. Monica says, how do you figure out what to do to start your self-growth process when you are in a state of utter confusion? So for me, I find journaling really helps me with this. For me, I write down my goals first, and then I work towards that. I basically reverse engineer it. I have a video titled, How to Improve Yourself right now. It's coming up pretty soon, and it'll basically answer this question more in depth. So think of a messy room. When you need to clean it, you know that you need to pick up the clothes off the floor, throw away the trash, and make your bed. Well, you can approach self-growth the same way. You know that you need to get rid of those toxic friends. You know that you need to work on self-affirmations and gratefulness. And then you can work on productivity. Just the same way. Just come up with a list of things that you think you could do to improve yourself and then go down it. And when you think of it like that, it becomes much easier to help improve yourself. The next question. Ryan says, do you have any tips for somebody who wants to start investing some money in the stock market? Maybe you know of a relatively cheap resource that I could gain a good amount of knowledge of the stock market from. So the first thing I would do is check out the subreddits investing and personal finance. But if you're serious about investing in the stock market and you have some money to spend, I recently took a course that went really in depth of how the stock market works. It was by Ryan Scribner. I think the way you get it is just by searching on YouTube by Ryan Scribner. You'll find his YouTube channel, and then you'll probably find his course in the video description. It's a couple $100s, but it's worth every penny. I learned a ton of stuff in that course. Now, if you want to spend a little bit less than that, Unshakable, the book Unshakable by Tony Robbins, is another great book for beginners. And The Intelligent Investor is a book for more advanced investors. So that's my answer to that question. Ryan also asks, how do you ask a good question? I know being able to ask good questions is very important to growing and learning. Is there any system to design a good question? Thank you. So thanks, Ryan. I think asking a good question starts with what you're seeking. Usually questions are looking for answers, and that means information. So when you're seeking information, the question is the way you communicate to other people that you're searching for information. So I might want to know how to invest in the stock market, like the previous question. And the more specific you are in the question, the more precise the information is that you're going to get. For example, I could have said, how do I make money in the stock market? Now this is totally different than how do I start to learn the basics of the stock market with less than $50 and 10 hours of my time. That one is way more specific. Both will give you different answers, but when you asked each question, you came at it with the same intention, how to learn about the stock market and make money. So basically focus on the information that you're trying to get, and you develop a question that will help you get that information in the fastest and easiest way possible and most precise. So no one used their name for this one, but they asked, for the people that bought the program early, is it $17 a month just for the month of January? No, if you buy the program today, you will pay $17 a month for the rest of your life. That price will never go up. And you can cancel anytime, and I want you to know that I probably am in the next couple months, will definitely am when I get a library of content. That price is going to go from $17 a month to over $20, and then eventually over $30, and eventually it's probably going to be around $49 a month to stay in the program. But if you buy it today, there's a link in the description for those of you that are watching. If you buy this Practical Growth Academy, it's basically a membership group. Today, you will only get charged $17 a month for the rest of your life, as long as you stay in the program. Let's see. Muji asked, would you ever be covering classic books like How to Win Friends and Influence People? Yes. By the end of the year, my goal is to have a library of the best self-development books, resources, and videos so that people can benefit in the largest way possible. Let's see. Muji, nope, never mind. Pavel asked, can I write somehow into my journal entries on the web, or can I have it copy into another document? So the best way to use this journal program that I've included into this Practical Growth Academy is to download the PDFs and then to write in them. If you want, I might work on making a web version that stores your journals, but I'm going to need a few more people to second that, though, because of the time and resources that I'm going to have to put into creating it. Let's go back into the live dashboard. We've been going for about 23 minutes, which is a pretty long time for a live stream. This is technically my second live stream, but oh my goodness, I'm so glad I enabled the live chat restriction thing. There are some weird comments. Type in a yes if you're getting value out of me answering these questions. I've got a couple more. I think I got about 10 more questions left. What's the name of that stock expert? His name was Ryan Scribner. R-Y-A-N-S-C-R-I-B-N-E-R. Let's go on to the next question. Seems like everyone's getting value. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, but I'm going to try. Quijo? I think it's a Spanish name. I find myself going through cycles of high motivation and low motivation, like planning my days, journaling, exercising, and stuff like that. and then I just stop for a while. I feel a bit down until I decide to do it again. So what is your advice to keep a more consistent motivation or work levels? So I want to say that I do this too. Sometimes I get depressed and I don't work that much, but I know it's a cycle. Eventually, my motivation levels will rise, just like the sun does, just like the ocean waves and other interesting nature rhythms. The key, though, is to dominate when you've got your top motivation. When you know you're at the top, you need to dominate and work really hard. I try to make my highs really high and my lows really low. Like, for example, I'll work for a month, and then for a couple weeks, I'll relax, hang out with my friends and family, stuff like that. Won't work at all. And if you want to keep it consistent, though, stay around other people who have high motivation levels, or find something to remind yourself to work harder, like that you're eventually going to die, something like that. I think Casey Neistat, his example was why he runs over 10 miles every day is because he got in a car accident and they told him he wasn't ever going to run again. And he uses that as motivation to keep running. So someone asked, what's the best advice with maintaining our commitment to our goals? So I would advise to use willpower to build up a habit and then let the habit work for itself. On goals, though, that's with commitments. With goals, you need to have a schedule and you need to make certain mini goals to reach your big goal. And then you need to make it work. So take a huge goal, break it down into littler goals, smaller goals, and then accomplish each small goal at a time. And that'll give you a dopamine rush after you accomplish each goal, and that'll help you achieve the larger goal. Tio says, I'm covering with my service 5 cities in North Greece. I'm working for other people, but this year I have decided to create a personal brand. Any advices from where to start? So the first thing that comes to mind is Tanner J. Fox. He has a YouTube channel. He just created a personal branding course, but it's around $1,000. So if you have that money to spend, I would recommend buying that. He seems like he's pretty good at personal branding. If you want to go the cheaper route, though, you can start experimenting with YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram right now for free. If you don't know, I don't technically know what industry you're in, but it's insanely easy to grow on YouTube if you know how, especially if you focus on search engine optimizations and getting views from the YouTube search engine. So Christian asked, could you please suggest some good books for Audible? I've already finished Influence, The Like Switch, Pitch Anything, The Biology of Belief, and Elon Musk. And I'm currently listening to Evolve Your Brain, but it's kind of strange and not really what I expected. So what I would recommend would really depend on what you're trying to accomplish. If you're trying to get good at people skills, there are books for that. If you want to get really good at decision making, there's books for that too. Really, my advice would be to go to the Amazon bestseller page and then sort by the category that you want to learn more about. Usually the books at the top are usually the best books. That is my advice for finding more books. That's how I go about it anyways. Oliver asks, I'm getting my real estate license. What are things I can be doing now to prepare myself for when I actually get my license so that I'm ready to hit the ball rolling and start selling houses in a couple months' time? So I would suggest start working on your social skills. Read the book How to Win Friends and Influence People. There's also a book called How to Talk to Anyone. There's also a book called Captivate. And those 3 books right there are really good at helping you hone your social skills. They all explain how to get people to like you, how not to be awkward in conversation, and how to read body language. And those skills will jumpstart your negotiation and persuasion skills. A lot of the sale is research, though. So make sure you know everything about the sale. You know the guy Jordan Belfort, however you pronounce his last name? The guy they made The Wolf of Wall Street after. He said that he would spend 90% of his time of a sale without even talking to the customer. He would spend 90% of the time researching what he was selling, who he was selling to, and use most of the time to arrange a conversation so that he could explain things logically and then sell emotionally. So that's my advice. Read those 3 books, How to Win Friends and Influence People, How to Talk to Anyone, and Captivate. Alex asks, I feel like in any job you do, there are certain things you may not like as much, but they have to be done. How do you make those tasks more enjoyable? So this is definitely true. I would say conditioning. Like feeding yourself Skittles for reading a page, just do that for almost anything you feel like you don't want to do. If I hit all of my goals in a month, I'll go for a little vacation for a weekend and stay at a hotel away from home. It motivates me to finish my goals. If you have smaller goals, reward yourself with fun things, like watching a Netflix series or whatever you like to do to have fun. An example is that around the time that I was finishing the dating course I was creating, I really needed to clean some things up on the sales page. And there were some other small projects I just needed to finish and be done with. And I told myself, if I finished them all in one day, the next day I could binge watch a Netflix series that I really liked. The series, if you're wondering, was Mindhunters. It was a really good series. I totally recommend it. And I had seen it from a friend watching it, so I knew I wanted to watch the whole series. But I motivated myself to watch it. I motivated myself watching it to get that work done. It works. It works for me anyways. And I think it's okay to rest every now and then. So the next question is, how do you have an objective view of oneself? So I would say there's two things to this. The first one is journaling, because you can look back at your past journals and pages and kind of get an idea of yourself that takes your ego out of it, because you can think of yourself as a past version of yourself. And the other one is asking your friends. Like, really just ask them to be real with you and talk to them about things that you want to work on. This is something that you'll have to work on yourself, and actually something I've worked on, and like accountability and other stuff like that. You need to go to your friends and say, hey, I want us to have a better relationship. I want you to be more honest with me about things that I might need to work on. And it's a really cool relationship if you can get someone to do that. Musa says, what are your daily habits? So I've went over this before in my Habit Harvester book. I actually wrote an entire book about my habits and what good habits are and how to create habits. And I made a whole bunch of YouTube videos about it. But to name a few, I start my day with affirmations, intermittent fasting. I usually lift, but not every day. I don't lift every day. Recently, I've been trying to do one good deed each day. Like one day I paid for someone's groceries. Another day I bought flowers for my girlfriend. I took my family of 8. Like there's 8 people in my family. I took them out to eat at a nice restaurant. Stuff like that. I try to do it once a day. I don't really meditate as much anymore, but I do brainstorm almost every day. Brainstorm and plan. I also drink water and coffee. I usually drink coffee around 7 a.m. And then after that, the only thing I drink is water. I found that if I keep a glass or a cup or something more than half full within 3 feet of my body, I try to do that all day long, and it works. I got water right here. What I have found is that my energy levels are out the roof. Like, I have crazy energy levels. I'm super optimistic. I don't know if that helps with my gratitude or whatever. But I also found that I go to the bathroom like 15 times a day. I pee a lot. But it's because I drink a lot of water. That's something I would definitely recommend that a lot of people don't really talk about. I think there's like the gallon a day challenge of drinking water, and it really helps it. I find my energy levels are a lot higher. Someone else asks, greetings, what are the names of the books we're going to learn this month and next month? One second here. The Compound Effect is one I've already finished. I'm working on The Happiness Advantage, almost done with that. Think and Grow Rich is another book. 80-20 Principle, The Power of Habit. There's a book called Sleep Smarter. Just to name a few. There's a whole bunch of other books that I want to cover, but most of it will be up to you guys. I'm going to create a polling system where you guys can add books and vote on them. Just stuff like that. The next question is Jesse. Jesse asks, it's the start of the year. How do you make sure you start off with the right foot? I'm going to tell Jesse, if you're already in Practical Growth Academy, you're probably already on the right track. Make sure that you outline your goals for the year, for the month, for the week, for the day, and then take the steps that you're going to need to get there. In 2018, my biggest commitment is to consume more courses and take more action. To be able to take more courses, I need to earn more money. And to take more action, I need to remind myself this is what I have to get done every day. So there's a lot. I have a lot more commitments that I'm going to try to achieve in 2018, but those are 2 that are relevant. Mark asks, concerning my journaling, should my to-do list be supporting my 3 main goals? For those of you who are in Practical Growth Academy, you'll understand this question more than those of you who are not. But he is asking, should my to-do list be supporting my 3 main goals for the week, or the habit? Or is it for other little things that need to be done during the day? Ideally, yes, but not always. For example, sometimes my to-do list includes laundry, getting a haircut, picking up mail, little things like that don't really help my goals. When my goals might be like to finish so many videos, to complete 5 books, or have 3 unique experiences. Not necessarily. But it helps if your to-do list supports your goals and habits. And I think this is the last question. Will you, Antarctic Fox, he's pretty active in the Discord recently, will you be uploading video recordings of the live streams to the course? Or if that's not possible, at least providing a transcript of the Q&As. I come from Australia, so it's unlikely that I'll be able to watch the videos along with the rest of you live, and I'm sure I'm not the only one with this type of situation. So yes, all of the live streams that I answer for Practical Growth Academy, all the questions that I'll be gathering up and answering together will be on a live stream on Practical Psychology on the YouTube channel. But as soon as they go offline, you won't be able to access that video ever again unless you're in Practical Growth Academy. Then you'll have lifetime access to all of the Q&As. So I hope that answers your question. So there's around 200 people who are still watching. This is towards the end, but if you just showed up, I want to show you some things about what Practical Growth Academy is. Let me go back here. Practical Growth Academy is a private membership group of individuals who want to learn practical ideas together and apply them for insane personal growth. Basically, it separates who really wants to grow in 2018 and who just kind of wants to grow. And the benefits of joining is that every day you're going to have journal outlines, which journal outlines are very helpful if it is set up properly that you can track your growth. You'll also get access to Discord, Google Hangout, and Skype groups so that you can be around other people who are encouraging you to become a better version of yourself and help you achieve your goals and answer your questions, stuff like that. Every week, you're going to get book PDFs and MP3s, and these go along with an animated book summary. So I will be creating an animated book summary for different books every week. Topics on relationships, topics on money, self-growth. There's all kinds of other books that I plan on doing. And in these 10-minute, basically, little videos, you can download the entire book to your brain, all the big ideas. I think I'm going to do like top 10 style, top 10 big ideas of the book, and basically make a video about it. That way, you don't have to read the entire book. You can if you want to. It'll definitely be helpful to learn all the little stories, but usually books are filled with fluff, and there's a couple big ideas in there that you need to extract, and once you have those in your brain, the rest of your life, you'll always be able to access that idea. And that's what I plan on doing. I plan on making the idea extraction process very easy in this group. Also, every week I'm going to do a live stream question and answer, just like I am doing right now. And that's because if you read a book, it'll tell you advice like the early bird gets the worm or the second mouse gets the cheese. Now, these are both common cliches and very powerful if you know how to use them, but the value comes in knowing when to apply each one, because context really does matter. I wonder if you guys just heard my stomach growling. I'm getting a little hungry. This intermittent fasting thing is I love it. Anyways, back to the question and answering. This is, you'll also, each month, you'll get a mini mastery course. This month, I think I'm going to do it on mindset mastery. So it'll be on topics like stoicism, being proactive, how to beat procrastination, stuff like that. Basically, you'll get 80% of the topic and 20% of the time that it would normally take you to learn a topic. Also, each month, you'll receive, so as a review, you'll get 4 book summaries each month. You'll get 4 actionable worksheets that go along with the books that will help you turn the ideas in the books into actionable, like practical things you can use in your life and to see self-growth. You'll get 4 live stream calls. Basically, in the group, you'll be able to ask me questions, and then I'll do some research on them, learn a little bit about you, and I will answer them on a live stream call, just like this one. You'll get a mini mastery course, which will consist of 4 videos. I might do 5 or 6. It'll depend on the future months. And you'll be able to learn 80% of a topic in 20% of the time. And you'll get 30 daily journal templates. And if you join today, this live stream is about to end. If you join today, there's an anti-procrastination bonus. I will literally send you a $20 Amazon gift card if you join today. Now, I want to tell you, it's only $17 a month to join, which if you take $17 a month out of your pocket and I give you $20 Amazon gift card, that is giving you $3. So I'm taking the risk completely out of it. In fact, I'm the one taking the risk. I will lose $3 every time someone signs up because I have so much faith in this program. If you join today, I'm going to send you a $20 Amazon gift card, but I can't offer this forever. So you need to sign up today with the link below, and in less than 48 hours, I'm going to send you an Amazon gift card. And that is basically what Practical Growth Academy is. It's going to be something that I really hope I can grow to around 1,000 members in 2018. And by the end of it, I'm going to have a library of amazing content that you guys will be able to go through. So do you guys have any questions about Practical Growth Academy? I don't believe this is live. This is live. It's not an advertisement. It's a promotional video. Think of it that way. Do I invest in shares? I maxed out my IRA last year, and I'm about to max it out this year. What does it have to do with mentors? I will be summarizing books that are basically written by mentors, and I'll give you the big ideas that they have to tell you without you reading the entire book. How old am I? Last month I turned 21. Whoop whoop. Will you be covering financial stuff as part of the mentoring? Yes, there will be books in there about money management, how to invest, stuff like that. For how long will you be doing the academy course? I'm not sure what that means. If you mean how long it'll be open for the rest of the year. If you are wondering, there's a lot of questions on here. How would you unsubscribe if you find out that this isn't for you? It's easy. There's a little, in settings, you go to settings and you just click on unsubscribe. And you can keep the $3 and all the information that you learned in the course. What's your MBTI type? I've taken it twice, and there's around a 6-month difference. I don't remember completely. I think the first one was INTJ, and then the second one was INFJ. More video on financial education? Sure. Bonjour. Alright guys, this live stream is about to end. Click the link in the below before I take it away. Can I include Tony Robbins? Yep, I definitely plan on including, let's see, he has Unshakable, and then he has Money Mastery, I think is the other book. I plan on doing both of those. Please tell me the name of the channels. I'm not sure what that means. Are there going to be anything about psychology or only financial? No, the books in this that I'm going to be summarizing are going to be on a wide range of topics. On finance, on psychology, on social skills, on money management. What's this mean? I just clicked on this video. I think you're a little late. Do you have an opinion on Mark Manson? Yeah, he has that one book is, let's see, I haven't read all of his books. I don't think he has very many books. Can you only pay with credit card? Yes. For some reason, Teachable only allows you to pay membership programs with a credit card. I think they allow a debit card too, but not PayPal, which kind of sucks, but. All right, it's around 42 minutes long this stream has been, which is like my longest video ever on the channel. So, I think I'm going to end this live stream. Thank you guys so much for being here and participating and watching, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Get ready on Friday. I'm going to post a video. I think it's titled 14 Lessons I've Learned from Reading 341 Books, and I feel like that video is going to be awesome. I put a lot of work into that video, a lot of thought. Hope to see you guys then.